Shalom, giving all praise to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Wakar Kadash. The honor to the apostles and elders of New York and Connecticut. Peace and many salutations to you brothers out there that's toiling in this truth. I'm the brother Mike Allah of GMS Dallas. And this last week, there's been two prominent conservative figures that have been fired from their various companies because of their coverage on the Israel Gaza situation. One person that I'm alluding to is Brianna Joy Gray. She's a journalist that was on The Hill. And if you're looking at your screen, she had numerous videos about, the wickedness of Esau Edom in that region. I mean, she's going on for months now. If you're looking at your screen, she's going in. And eventually, she was fired because of the powers that be. The powers that be doesn't want the right message to go out, or the unbiased message to come out. Now, we don't have a race in this, a dog in this race, so to speak. Us that are Hebrew Israelites, not black Hebrew Israelites, not colored Hebrew Israelites, but in fact Hebrew Israelites, which consists of Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, and foreign Israelites, people that may look like other Israelites. Well, other people that are in fact Israelites. A lot of people like to paint us as if we are a black nationalist group. That isn't true. But we do, in fact, believe that we are the true Israelites. The word Israel means, or going back to the Hebrew word, Yashar means prince of the power. It's funny, even at our low state, that, both sides of the spectrum of the Israel and Gaza war looks to us, chiefly the so-called Negro here in America, as a voice of reason, in a political, ally, in times of pushing an agenda. That alone shows you, that we are a special people, even at our very low state. Okay? Very low state. Now, this woman here, with her voice, she was, speaking against the atrocities that you see going on in Gaza. And there's some crazy things going on, man. When you really sit back and do your research on everything going on. And I advise some of you, brothers, to take a look at her video. She does good coverage, and you can fact check everything. For months she was telling the truth about, well, shoot, actually a year now, she was telling the truth about, what's been going on over there. Starvations, man-made starvations going on over there. Innocent people that are getting killed, women and children. A lot of war crimes are being broken over there. And for her speaking the truth, what happens? Well, she got fired. She got fired from The Hill. Okay? And this, it's a trend that we have been seeing going on for quite a while now. And ultimately it started with us, the Israelites, speaking up against the atrocities of Babylon the Great, okay, which is spiritually displaced. We're speaking up against, the poisoning of our food, the poisoning of the water supply, and we've been diagnosing why this is happening via the scriptures, via the Holy Ghost, which is the understanding of these scriptures, okay, and giving our people an understanding why the Most High is allowing these things to happen. And because we've come on the scene and pointing out these various atrocities of Esau Edom, the whole dynamics of YouTube has changed, okay, to where certain buzzwords are picked up and, it's seen as air quote CTs, if you get my drift, and are flagged and are taken down. Okay, this huge censoring that you see in the U.S. started with what a religious awakening in some people's eyes is a religious revolution. Okay, but we are a catalyst because we are telling the truth. We are a catalyst to censorship. All right, and we're seeing more and more people on alternative news sections on the bigger platforms being clipped. And this particular woman here is an example, okay?
Speaking of censorship, let's get to what happened over at the Hill. Put this up on the screen. Brianna Joy Gray, her contract terminated. Ooh. At the Hill. She writes, "It finally happened. The Hill has fired me. There should be no doubt that At Rising at the Hill has a clear pattern of suppressing speech, particularly when it's critical of the state of Israel. This is why they fired Katie Halper. It was only a matter of time before they fired me." She also shared the email she received. Now, she was not officially an employee. She was under contract there, which was her choice to me.
If I'm not mistaken, Kelly Halbert, she's actually a small hatter that's not a proponent of the apartheid situation that's going over there in Gaza. Okay, so she was actually a correspondent with the Hill and was terminated for the same reason as Brianna Joy Gray. Okay.
Her own flexibility, as my understanding in any way. They say, "Dear Brianna Joy," which they misspelled her name, but anyway, let's put that aside. "This is 30 days written notice that your consulting services agreement is being terminated pursuant to the provisions of Section 5.3 for convenience. Thank you for your contributions, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors. Sincerely yours, Next Star Media Incorporated." You guys all know the backstory. We started Rising. We were at the Hill. We left for a variety of reasons that you can go back and watch, and took our show. And
so there you have it. She was terminated for speaking against the situation going on in Israel. Now, the right wing, or the pro, I should say, how about the pro Israel community? They're saying she was fired because she, rolled her eyes, in disbelief at, the hostages and sexual assault that's happening to the hostages of Israel. Okay, check this out.
There's a clip going around of her talking to the sister of a hostage who asked her to please believe all women. And let's watch her reaction. Ready? I'm going to roll the tape.
And I really hope that you specifically will believe women when they say that they got hurt.
All right, thanks for joining. Stick around. More Rising coming up next.
It's so infuriating. One has to ask themselves, what motivates somebody like that? Why would she roll her eyes at somebody asking her to be sympathetic as a sister of hostages? And she goes, ugh.
Yeah. Well, the reason why she rolled her eyes because probably it was in disgust. Over 500,000 people have already died in this occupation, because it's not a war, it's occupation. And before that, there's people over there were living some very hard situations. You can't go too deep, because if we speak on it, you're seen as anti-Sham, not Shem, but Sham. Okay? Right? So anybody that's speaking up against the powers that be, they are demonized. All right, let's get you some scriptures. Now this is Isaiah 59:15. Yea, truth faileth, and he that departeth from evil maketh himself a prey. And Yahweh saw it, and it displeased him that there was no justice. Right? So the truth is gone. Anybody who, renounces evil, they're attacked, they're ostracized, they're scrutinized. And this is what we see going on. Okay? Those that are standing up, chiefly us. Okay? It's all really, because really, more so this pertaining to us now. What we these censorships that we see going out throughout the world, is merely, a reflection of our censorship. Okay, because ultimately, a female like Brianna, um, you know, doesn't have the truth. She doesn't have the understanding of these scriptures. Okay, she's more than likely, a proponent for various pseudosciences, like evolution and things of that nature, that that our people embrace, yet, is inherently racist. If you believe in evolution, you have to be a proponent for racism. you know. But anyway, I digress. This is shit that we see going on, and these people that's telling the truth, in instances, is a reflection of them trying to censor us. Okay? Amos 5:10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhorred him that speak uprightly. That's right. So the people who are speaking uprightly, they are seen as, the lesser of society. That's how the media tries to paint us in various, uh, influencers on YouTube in particular, guys like Vocab Malone. His sole purpose is to demonize us. Yet, look at the atrocities that's just been going on in the Christian church. I mean, it's unsurmountable. When you just go on for days about talking about it, we tend to catch ourselves defending what we believe in, but this guy Vocab Malone, he doesn't really believe in prophecy. He's agnostic about a lot of things. Yet he's angry for whatever reason. Ultimately, it's the spirit of Yahweh Shem and Shah making him antagonistic to us. But nevertheless, he's angry at the fact that we confidently proclaim prophecy, man. Okay? So you can see that hatred even within him. Even though he tried to paint himself as a loving Christian, he has devoted his life into defaming us or disproving us. I don't want to say, not to, how about defaming or disproving? Because it's, at the end of the day, we are in a spiritual war, and it is what it is. Okay? It's not emotional, it's just business. Okay? Verse 11. For as much therefore as your treading is upon the poor, and ye take from him burdens of wheat, yea, have built houses of huge stone, but ye shall not dwell in them. Ye have planted pleasant vineyards, but ye shall not drink wine of them. So even though, the wicked has all these grand plans, they're not going to come into fruition. Why is that? Because the Most High is going to send his son back, right, to ultimately take over the various kings of this world. Their tongues are going to fall on themselves, alluding to Psalms, the 64th chapter also, meaning the ways, the policies, their culture, right, is going to consume them, because Esau Edom's culture is about dominating the next person by any means. That's what capitalism is. Okay, right? Which capitalism leads to oligarchies, right? The elite and all that. You know, monopolies. Okay, it produces greed, and that way is going to be their detriment. Okay, verse 12: For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins; they afflict the just. They take a bribe and they turn us aside the poor and the gate from their right. Right, so certain rights that we have, court justice has turned us away. Look at the history of Jake. In the early 1900s, being literally dragged out of certain courts and hung in front of the public, right? Red line, out of certain mortgages and loans. Vote being marginalized by Gary Mandling, which still goes on there in Texas. Okay, so the court has never been just for chiefly the so-called Negro man. Judah gets so much hate. Bro. Right? The Most High sees it, and the Most High is going to do something about it. Okay? The Most High is going to do something about it. Verse 13, therefore the prudent shall keep silent in that day, for it is an evil time. That's right. So evil times are coming. And we ain't going to be speaking for too much long. Okay? The Most High is going to shut our mouth. The most Esau Edom thinks he's doing it with his legislation, but ultimately it's the Most High shutting our mouths. So what? So he could commence judgment on the earth, and we're not going to keep on saying it's going to get better here. It's going to eventually get better here. All right. Okay. Ezekiel 7:26. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet. But the law shall perish from the priests, and counsel from the ancients. The king shall mourn, and the prince shall be clothed with desolation. And the people and the hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. I will do unto them after their way, and according to their deserts will I judge them. And they shall know that I am Yahweh. That's right. So our people, which is, judgment's going to commence on our people, Also, first and foremost, not only Esau Edom, but our people too, because they have gone on the way of Esau Edom. The things that our people are into, man, is going to be their detriment. There's a cliche that says the same thing that make you laugh will make you cry. And a lot of people going to be shedding tears real soon. That sleeping around mentality with all these pestilence going out, man. People gonna get the shakes. Hey, it's supposed to go down, man. People want to tote guns and be Mr. Tough Guys. Okay, well, most I had is where, people from different countries are coming down here. A lot of y'all boys, y'all gonna have to prove how tough y'all. All right, for some killers from the third world, world. Okay, everybody's about to get served. All right, but it started with what? It started with the censorship of the prophets, and ultimately the prophets closing their mouth. Okay? All right? Our persecution is almost up. All right? We understand that telling the truth in this world will make us a prey. But we all also understand that there's a reward. Okay? There's a reward that's going to happen for those, who stood stiffly for the name of Yahweh by Shemel Bashai. All right? Now, let me get this in second address for you. This is second address. Second address 6 and 28. Second address 6 and 28. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption it shall be overcome, and the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared. And this is the time we're living in. Fruit is being declared. Faith is flourishing. Salvation is on the way. Right? So ain't no stopping us. I'm thinking about that one song. Ain't no stopping us now. We on the loose. Yes, sir. Ain't no going back. So more censorship is going to happen, which is a beautiful thing, like y'all. Because guess what? With censorship comes what? Judgment from Yahweh by Shemel Shah. Shalom.